It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Life is stressful as it is, and with all that is going on right now, especially regarding COVID-19, it can only make situations worse. But what effect does stress have on our immune system and overall well-being? Well, we chat to clinical psychologist Dr. D on the impact stress has on our immune system. Thank you so much, Dr. D, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Lovely to be back with you.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. Stress is often a part of life and often referred to as a silent killer. But what are some of the biggest causes of stress?
Look, stress is a part of life, and usually some stress is good. It motivates you, it spurs you on into action. But when the eustress, which is positive stress, becomes distress, which is overwhelming stress, then it starts affecting the immune system of the body very, very badly. It affects us behaviorally, it affects us emotionally, and it definitely affects us physically.
Okay, let's talk about the negative side effects of stress. When we let that stress take over, what kind of impact can this have on our immune system and our overall health?
Well, what happens is that the stress hormone is called cortisol. And when you're under stress, and different dimensions and different things cause exaggerated stress in different people. If you're a mom and you're really worried about your kids' schooling, that might be your biggest stressor. So different stressors can cause different levels of stress in different people. But the way stress is manifested is much the same. There's an elevation of the cortisol stress hormone, and that makes you emotionally irritable, sometimes withdrawn, sometimes feeling very cut off. And if the stress isn't recognized and dealt with, and really taken seriously, it can even lead to burnout. The physical symptoms can be headaches, can be, that proverbial knot in your stomach. That's really real. Or lower back pain, or increased heart rate, or sleep or eating disturbances. It's not something that you see always. It's something that creeps up on you, but has a profound effect.
Would you then say some people are just better at handling stress than others, or do we all stress the same?
I think that some people have more developed coping mechanisms. They might have been through a lot of challenges before in their lives. They go back to those kind of times. They access what worked for them before. They're resilient. And what also happens is that often these people who cope better also aren't embarrassed to reach out and ask for help. They really understand the power of support, and they will reach out to their work colleagues or to their families. They don't go it alone. But having said that, even in the best of times with all people, we are going through a kind of collective stress, unprecedented level now.
Absolutely. Maybe you can just even help us with some techniques that we can use to internalize and just help with our stresses.
Research has really shown that we need a minimum of 7 hours sleep a night, and that's to kind of clear the brain. There's a mechanism that happens while you're sleeping, almost like a kind of internal cleaner, internal hoover, that kind of clears up the neurological connections of your brain and prepares you to function better the next day. And a little tip with that is it's a good idea not to have a screen on, whether it's a television screen or your telephone or a computer, at least an hour before you go to bed. And there's scientific reasons for that as well. And then, of course, Jamie, there's good food. I mean, there's no doubt that a certain amount of fruit and vegetables, they say 6 or 7 portions, a portion is the size of a fist. It sounds like quite a lot. But the vitamins and the minerals and the antioxidants are also good for fighting off and for combating stress that accumulates in the body. Practice some of that self-compassion so that the stress just doesn't get denied and build up and overwhelm me in the end. I still need to be able to keep it under control and function. And then again, from an emotional point of view, if there's something that's worrying you, that kind of creeps into your head. You know those moments before you close your eyes and you go to sleep? That relationship that is unresolved, that issue that you know you've got to tackle, but that's hard and you haven't. If you can kind of gear yourself and prepare yourself to kind of clear your mind, build up the courage and say, right, I'm going to deal with it. So often it's taking the chance and dealing with it. And then I think to give yourself some fun in the day, finding something that's good, that's relaxing for you, and giving yourself permission. You know, we don't have to do lockdown in inverted commas, productively all the time. Doing it productively also means taking breaks. And if you feel that 3 p.m. slump, go with the 3 p.m. slump. So I will take a little power nap or a break and rejuvenate myself again. So those are some of the tips that we've got to remember. And exercise, of course. Even if you do 2 to 5 minutes every hour, and 7 minutes in the morning helps a lot. It seems strange, but it's true, well researched. It actually makes a tremendous difference to your stress levels and your way of coping.
Dr. D, clinical psychologist, thank you so much for joining us this morning and answering all our questions with regards to our immune system and combating stress during this stressful time.
That's a great pleasure, and stay well and safe and take care of you.
With the immune system playing such a vital role, it's important we take the right steps in maintaining a healthy and strong immune system to give it the care it needs this winter. Now, IMMUENZA assists in maintaining the immune system, whilst Corenza Paracy relieves cold and flu symptoms.
Looking for immune support and relief from cold and flu symptoms? IMMUENZA and Corenza Paracy, your winter cold and flu companions.